welcome back to
the Zak
and Buzz Review. Okay, so it's our final figure set of this particular recording session.
The third and final
Doctor Who set.
Box set from B&M.
Yes, so this is to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, which is right around the corner, which is fantastic.
Hey, hit me with it, Zak. What do we got?
This time,
Ta-da! Way!
the 6th Doctor and Tardis collector figure set.
It's a Tardis.
It is a Tardis.
And I'm going to be nosy, they have still not improved the diorama in there.
I mean, literally, like, look at this. On the other ones, it was like boxed completely. There was a plastic screen covering the contents.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
They have really cut down on this now. You can literally touch the figure in box.
Actually, do you know, I noticed that the other ones had the blister pack.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, does that reduce plastic usage?
I think that's what they're going for.
Which is a good thing. That is a good thing. But yeah, this one is weird.
But for the collectors,
that means in the shop, little children can come.
Anyone can touch it.
Can come and poke him in the face.
It kind of like negates the point of opening a box because technically it's already open.
Yeah, even the
You can touch the TARDIS. You can touch it all.
Ooh.
So it's just taking it out of the box.
Should we take it out of the box then?
Well, first of all,
okay.
I'm
getting a bit enthusiastic.
Let's notice the colour scheme of the 6th Doctor's outfit.
Okay.
So, do you know which story this one's from?
Let me guess.
Damn.
It's
well, actually, it's not on the back.
It's not on the back. I've been foiled. I don't know.
It is from, supposedly, based on The Ultimate Adventure. What's that, you say?
Ooh, I
so
know.
That is very specific.
Stage play.
It is a stage play, which was also adapted to be a Big Finish audio drama.
Hang on a minute, I thought John Pertwee played.
He was the original guy who did the stage play, and then he was taken over by Colin Baker. Who then voiced the Doctor in The Ultimate Adventure in
Big Finish.
So this is the connection, you see.
Okay,
this is the connection.
Okay, all right, okay. Does that mean we can open it now?
We're going to open it.
Okay, let me get a cutting tool and we get a fast forward. Let's do it.
And we're back.
In the room. Yay! That was exciting.
It was, wasn't it?
It's got screws.
I did not expect it to have screws in the bottom.
It was screwed in.
It was screwed in.
With a brace as well.
They had the audacity to not have the plastic front, but screws, that's fine.
We slightly dented the box getting him out.
Rather violently, yes. Okay. So, first impressions out of the box. This Colin Baker figure. The colour scheme on the back of his jacket is very unique, actually.
I was going to say, it's very...
You can't appreciate it when it's in the box, so that's actually quite nice to see that different rainbow kind of effect. Which is really
would this have been modelled on the costume that he wore on stage?
I believe so, yes.
So it's not modelled on a TV show costume?
No.
I mean, obviously meant to replicate that. But...
Yeah. Articulation-wise, we have the standard head wiggle. We have the arms, he's a bit stiff there, actually. Elbow, hands, bicep, shoulder, legs, up and down, thigh and knee articulation, which is really nice. No accessories at all with this figure. With the original Colin Baker figure, I did have the Sonic Lance, which I do have here as a comparison. So here's the original Colin Baker figure. So side by side, they are identical. It's just a repaint on the actual figure itself, and I really like this new look, actually.
Shall I take a look?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah.
Comparison-wise.
Yeah.
I quite like the new look.
Yeah.
Like the new look.
Kind of a bit Neapolitan ice creamy, but...
Of course you would compare it to food. Why not?
I like my food. I've got to get my calories in.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Do you like him? Do you like him? I think they've adjusted the skin tone a bit. And I think I prefer it on the new figure.
Yeah. He looks a little bit more like himself. He looks a bit yellow on
the original. I mean, that could be the fact that it's been sat on my shelf for years.
Yeah. But definitely, it looks as if comparing the two, they've basically reused
Same, literally entirely the same skull.
mould. Yeah.
There's nothing different
His
about it.
face looks a little different.
Does it?
I think it's just a tiny bit different on the face.
Just a tad, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that. That's cool.
Although the hair curls match. So there you go.
Fun fact, this is the first
I'm
ever...
going to lay them down.
This is the
Before I get
first...
told off.
I'm going to hold them. So this is actually the first Colin Baker and Tardis set that I think they've ever done, actually.
Can we have a look at the TARDIS?
TARDIS, okay.
I'm intrigued by this.
You're intrigued by the
because
TARDIS?
I've been poking
Okay.
it, which I probably shouldn't have been. I'm surprised you haven't told me off
I
yet.
wonder if I can like balance them together. They're a bit hard to
It looks like
balance.
there should be a mirror between them or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this.
Give it a 360 in the middle of the screen. Yeah.
Okay, so there
That's
we go. In the
360.
middle of the screen. It's like it's taking it off. Landing.
Yeah. Okay.
Materialise.
What do you think? What's your first impression?
Well, I really like it. I like the.
It looks very weathered,
Yeah,
which
I
is
like
really
the
cool.
weathered glass in the windows.
That is very cool.
It's got like two-tone colours
Yeah.
on the glass. That is nice. What I noticed though is on the back, it has a speaker and what looks like a battery compartment.
Okay. But can you see any buttons at all? Maybe you should try opening the doors.
Okay. I don't want to break it.
Do you want me to do it?
You do.
You want me to do it?
Let him do it, because if I break it, I'll never really.
Now, I messed this up at Comic-Con one time, and the seller of that particular stall wasn't impressed. So, first of all, one door. Clicks.
Good.
Second door. Clicks. Okay. Inside, you will see that there is no other buttons. It's just the one button on the bottom. And that is nothing to do with the sound. Because, shock horror, there is no sound.
There's no sound?
There is no sound, despite it having the speaker on the back of it. Do you know why? Because they use the...
Shit.
That's the spring on the door.
Okay. So you push the button and the door closes?
Yes.
On your finger?
No, you press it and then it flings shut. It flings shut.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other one didn't.
Well, that's because you got to close that one first and then press it.
Get your finger bitten. So what's the button at the top there?
There isn't a button at the top.
Yeah.
What button at the top?
There's a button.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Look, there's a button at the top there. Look. There's a button.
What?
There is a button there. I'm pressing it.
But it doesn't have a function. It's literally based on the same molds of the original TARDIS that they did have the SFX function.
Right. So you're saying that this is basically empty then?
Yeah, it's empty.
I've got to say that there is, when I was a kid, when you had battery compartments, they didn't have a screw on them, and then they put a safety screw to stop kids from taking the batteries out and eating them. There you go. Modern generation for you. Better put a screw in there to stop them eating batteries. Yeah, but the screw is missing, and it looks, there's a little bit of shininess in there.
It's shut. It's
been glued.
It's solid.
So there is no mechanics in it.
It's a shame, really. You'd think that by now, given that they've released so many of these TARDIS sets, that they would
That's a real shame.
They would have just fixed it. They would have just fixed it. Now,
so which TARDIS does make the sound?
I do have a TARDIS that does make the sound, and that is the David Bradley First Doctor set. And they did also do one for the Second Doctor, but that was an online exclusive.
Was that meant to light up as well?
That would light up as well.
Okay.
So if I brought in the David Bradley set, that would light up.
So hang on a minute. Are you telling me that with the TARDIS mould is basically the same every TARDIS?
No, it's not.
Oh, right.
On all of the different TARDIS sets, the mould, for the majority of them, is different. Okay. So the earlier ones, it's a lot less flat on the top, which is really cool. So
you're telling me there isn't one that looks like this apart from in this set?
There is.
There is one?
Yes.
And that's why they've reused the mould?
Yes. And it's been repainted completely different.
Okay, so which set had the same TARDIS? Can you remember?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, was that the same as in it didn't have the electronics in it? Yeah,
all the other ones that they've released at B&M, other than the David Bradley one, have not been electronic.
That's kind of a bit late. That's disappointing. I was excited because it's a Dalek. It's a TARDIS.
There's Daleks over here.
Daleks over there. I was excited because it's a TARDIS.
Yeah.
And then it had me really excited when I saw a speaker on it.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me
that is literally the one downside I can see with this set, as with the other B&M sets with the TARDISes. It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, they could be bothered to do it for the David Bradley one, but not for the others, which is a shame.
Yeah, but they still put the switch in.
Yeah, and obviously it's still got the battery compartment.
So do you think that the switch at the base, which shuts the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got the one that does make the sound. When does that make the sound? When you open the doors?
I think there's a button.
That must be this button.
I think it's a separate button, yeah.
So
I'll have to bring it in. We can do a video on it.
right, so that is actually activated when you open this second door.
Yeah.
That's where it's catching.
Oh, yeah. There you are. He's figuring it out.
Or is that not a button? Is it actually a catch to hold the door?
Tell you what, I'm going to have to bring in the David Bradley set that does actually have the SFX.
Okay, and now you have to push the button and get your finger bitten.
Also, one other thing, it would be really cool if one of these days they did actually.
Man down.
Let's put Colin Baker at the front.
Poor
It
old
would be
Colin.
really cool if they put the interior of the TARDIS inside. That would also be really cool.
I mean, surely even if it was made of a printed card,
Yeah.
you could make a three-way fold and just literally put it
Slot
in there.
it in.
Just
That would be really good.
It would.
That brings me down to the price. How much do you reckon I paid? Was it the same as these other sets with Richard Herndl and the Necros Daleks?
I'm kind of feeling that because it's a TARDIS,
Yeah.
it should be more.
Did it have a premium on it? Did it have a premium? Do you reckon?
Did it have a premium? Right, £21.99. It's a TARDIS, but it doesn't make any sound. £28.
So, what I can say on the resale market is the fact that some of them, despite not having the function of the sound, for instance, the Sharda TARDIS set with the Fourth Doctor, that is currently on the second-hand market around the £150 mark, brand new in box, despite not having the sound.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I did have to succumb to buying this one on eBay for the price of £34.99.
How much above the shop price was that?
I think it was actually around the £25 mark.
Right, so...
But £34.99 for one of these TARDIS sets, you know what? I'm actually happy with that.
I can see why you do that. Because if you miss a set, then the price online just escalates. Because as they become fewer and fewer and fewer, the price goes up.
Yeah.
So
prime example, History of the Daleks set 8.
Yeah, you've mentioned
one from
that
Planet of the
before.
Daleks with the flip top lid Daleks. That was a really cool feature, but again, they're just
It's all right, Zak.
crazy price. It's really annoying.
Calm yourself. Anyway, yeah, but when you look at it, okay, so this would have cost 25 quid or 26.
Around that. I didn't find them.
Okay.
In the retail.
So technically, you spent a tenner more than you would have done.
Yeah.
But, and I say this, but if you because I believe all these three sets are meant to be released like on a weekly release, aren't they? They released the first set in a shop, then the second.
I don't know. I just searched for whatever I could find.
Okay. But what I'm going to say is, if you are physically driving to your local B&M, because obviously we live in the countryside, so you're driving there, hoping to find it.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you have. But I know that you went looking for it and you didn't, and you come back again, and you might have done that a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then you've gone, I can't do this. I'm not going to find it. I may as well just go. You can see that actually by just buying it offline at an inflated price would save you the price.
What, the petrol
The
price?
petrol and backwards.
Damn,
and
that is
your time.
thinking, isn't it?
And your time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't actually say it's necessarily overpriced. I'd say they become overpriced when they become scarce.
Yeah, I've certainly seen these on eBay around the £40 to £50 mark as well. So I think I got a really good deal on it.
Overall, what do you reckon?
I'm happy with it. I like it.
I like the glass in the windows. Is that unique to this one?
I think so. I think it's similar to the Sharda set. That's probably why I mentioned it. But I'm actually really happy. I'm really happy with this one. I like it. Again, it's a shame about the
Electronics.
the fact that it hasn't got any of the electronics, because it seems kitted out for it. You're going to cut your finger off. I'm just going to say that. But all in all, I like the weathered look of the TARDIS. I like the new design on the coat for the Sixth Doctor, and I think it is a good homage to the Ultimate Adventure.
There you go. That's the final set.
It is. I hope you've enjoyed these 3 videos. If you haven't seen the other 2, I would recommend going and seeing those. And we have loads more fun content to come your way in the future.
Time to dematerialise.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions or further reviews you'd like to see. Is that the Tardis sound? Does it make that sound?
I can't make the sound.
Oh, give me the light.